Good day guys, and welcome to another video. Yes, I'm back in Jamaica as you saw at the end of my last video. I am heading down the road. I want to show you guys something. Now there is a lot of development happening in Jamaica. I'm from Montego Bay. There is a lot of development happening here. There is this big pinnacle, real high-end luxury apartment buildings going up a little after Mobe and Reddit. Hotels like the Hard Rock Cafe being built right on the outskirts a little before the airport. There are also some developments that I'm really looking forward to. There is a Mobe bypass. There is a highway that'll bypass Montego Bay. For those who know the geography, if you're coming from Ocho Rio side on the North Coast Highway and you want to go like Lucy or Negril, which is very popular spots, especially Negril, you have to pass through Montego Bay, and Montego Bay has an international airport. The biggest airport in Jamaica is Montego Bay Airport. That causes traffic. Once it's past 1:30, 2 o'clock on a weekday, insane traffic. You'll get caught up by the airport, you'll get caught up into traffic until you pass Montego Bay and you come out by boat, it'll just be traffic. It is insane the amount of traffic you get caught up, and that leads to gridlock within the city and everything. That bypass is desperately needed. Included in that bypass is the upgrading of roads I'm driving on now, like the Barnett Street Road, the bridge. I'm going to show you the bridge right now that I'm about to cross by Westgate here. They're building up it and widening it and whatnot. The road by Megamart, that connection road in front of Catherine Hall. This is the bridge here. You see there is some construction going on that side. Pull aside for you guys to show you the bridge. So that's the bridge here, right after Catherine Hall, going up by Barnett Street, right opposite the gas station and Burger King and thing. It have this bridge that they're extending. This is the bridge and they're extending it out here. So this look like highway size bridge when they combine that bridge and this bridge. So all this is part of the development of that road. Let me go closer. Check it out. This is the bridge here. This is the bridge you're riding on, you're driving on. It looks like a whole another bridge. So it's not itself an extension. So it's like they're adding a whole new lane. Real serious work. So you can see now they just have to put the cross beams going across and pave. Alright. You can't just build a highway. The feeding roads like these roads will also have to be developed, and they're doing that. Very much needed, and I'm very excited about this. And that ring road will open up development. That toll road will open up development because it gives access to land that was usually inaccessible. Development comes at a price, and I have no solutions, and I'm not really complaining. I am just lamenting, if you understand what I mean. The road by Catherine Hall, I think they want to make it look like the road by Fairview, where it's like double lane on both sides. But when you're driving along that road, on both sides there are trees, and there are certain parts of the road that the trees on both sides basically cover most of the road, and it's nice. If it's one thing I like about Jamaica is that there are so much trees along the roadside. And I just passed here 2 days ago and I saw them cutting the trees down, and that hurt me. Let me try to show you what I'm talking about. Now, if you know anything about this road, this looks bare, because look, that's the trees there they're cutting down by Catherine Hall. And you will see I'm driving by this roundabout. Look at the amount of trees that they have cut down. Look at that. You see these stumps? That roundabout was full of big spread trees. We're actually getting diverted because I think they're still cutting the trees down. I was able to get a park, so I come into Shoreline. So look at the roundabout with the tree cut down, and let me just walk on the street here. I hope nobody tell me I can't film. Can't get away from the fact that the trees are in the way of where the road needs to be. So here's a good example. One in front of this truck, there's one behind the truck. You see all the stumps? So, and if you look, the place clear, no big trees on the side of the road. And we know that they even cut trees down from in front of the houses. As you can see, that's a stump there, and going along. So it has stumps on both sides, so the road actually might go closer to those houses. And on this side also. I think they might do it in sections, because they only do here. They didn't do the one by Megamart. They didn't do it further up beyond this roundabout. They might try to do this piece of road and then continue. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the roundabouts, because that's how you get into the different roads in Catherine Hall. It's the roundabout. See it? Yeah, it's the thing. I'm not really complaining. This has to happen. When I saw those trees cut down, it hurt me a little bit, boy, because, like nature, for development, we have to bypass nature sometime. And when I say I want to repeat, these developments, because of the amount of cars on the road and the development of the bypass, and to ensure that traffic flows better, these things are needed. So I am not saying don't do the development. And I have no solution, but my God, just seeing those trees, and it's magnificent trees, they're big trees with big shade, cut down really hurt me bad. In the back by the stadium, in the back there, but we can get a good sight of the road by Catherine Hall and showing you how the trees are missing. But it also shows you how densely populated Catherine Hall is. Let's take a look. Right, so that's Catherine, that's the road there. We got detoured, so you can't pass there now. Alright, but as you can see, that's the National Bakery they're building there, National Bread or something. And that's Catherine Hall Road. And it used to have a whole set of trees lining this road here. But not anymore. Alright, let's see here. Now there are usually more trees going along here. As you can see, they're cutting them down. And look at the stumps of these trees, and well, that excavator, I'm guessing, is pulling out the roots and whatnot. This is how it usually looks. This is the top by Megamat. I'm guessing they haven't reached this part yet, but it usually has trees on both sides of the road. Nice almond trees, and you know, it gives nice shade. It's so fantastic. But this will eventually also have to be cut down. Now, the development I'm talking about is bigger. That bypass will be a big deal, and it'll really help with the traffic in Montego Bay. It goes from Ironshaw and it comes out by Bourg. Let's go down by Bourg so you can see the development happening there with the end of the road. This road by Fairview here, how it's dual lane on both sides and whatnot. I think they want the connection by Catherine Hall and Megamat to look like this. And you realize what you see a distinct lack of over here is trees on the side of the road. There are a few up ahead, which is good, and I hope we could still save a few, but again, the price of development, I guess. By ATL, by that junction by Bourg, and as you can see, the road has diverted on that side, and they're building here. Here should be an overpass because the toll road will come from that direction, and this should have an overpass here to connect it. So that's the diversion that's happening here, as you can see with the traffic. When I drive around and come back, I'll show you bypass will connect through Bourg, and as you can see, we detour over here, and it'll have, you see they're building that wall on that side, so that will have a road connecting, and then the bypass will come up from the hills, come down from the hills there, and as I said, it might have an overpass here for that connection. You can't build a road in isolation, so the development, all the other little roads that will feed into it, and the whole idea is to ease up the amount of traffic Mobay has. We're going to go up Fairfield, because right a little past like where Active is now, you will see that there is a bridge, I think, or a next overpass they're building there. So I'm going to show you guys that. And there are some nice things happening, like I think UWI Western Campus will be built along the bypass. There is the longest bridge span going over a river in Jamaica, will be part of this bypass. Very interesting stuff. On the Fairfield Road, and you can see construction. Oh, so definitely this will be an overpass. So it looks like the traffic will pass through there, and alright, and that's the road leading there. So the traffic will pass under this bridge, this road, and they'll build up both sides, and I think that's the toll road going towards Bourg. So that's the road, you're seeing it there. They're building it up already. It'll connect to that, and yeah. So we'll go underneath there and the road will go over that. Isn't that cool? And look, it's continuing there. No, I'm sounding like an old man complaining. I know that the development has to happen, and it's very good. I'm actually excited about that road. That'll ease up so much traffic in Montego Bay. It'll bring a lot of convenience, and again, it should spur more development, because now that road will access lands that was not accessible before for development. Like I know, as I said, Western Campus, UWI should build a proper campus along that toll road. So very exciting stuff. You know, with one thing comes another. It's something you don't miss until it's gone. You know what I mean? It's like, I never know seeing those trees cut down like that would affect me the way it did. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that was a thing for me, but seeing the trees gone was very, very sad. It's the price for development and moving forward, right? Let's hope that they can find some space to replant trees along the edge of the new road. Let's hope. Anyway guys, enough of me ranting and just driving about, shooting video, crazy. I want to thank you as always for watching. Remember to always like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay? So that is the pinnacle there. Alright, let me pass the trees, see the crane. They're developing, building this big thing. That's the start of it. Alright.